So it's like, Charismatic died.
Yeah,
But,
Satan. Actually.
What verse was that? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. You talking about the movie that...
Yeah, you was talking about the movie
Perfect.
when they see us about how Donald Trump had played a role in there as far as as far as the media coverage went. It just showed his true nature and how he feel about Israelites, so-called black Native Americans and Hispanics.
Right.
But Israelites is we know it. But again, as I was saying, through the Spirit, you know that Yahweh Shem Shai is rousing up Jake because that 4 series movie was very, very, very emotional, and I know brothers, as far as at GMS go, here at GMS, the Spirit deals with us, so we don't really try to get too emotional about things. But if like most of the Jake and 2/3 out there, I'm sure that their emotions are rising, and they're gonna probably make a move. You know what I'm saying? Just off of that movie and what it's doing. But ultimately, y'all watching Shy is doing it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna add to the tension between Israel and Esau.
And I think in Baltimore they had like a group of young boys. I think recently it was like a crowd of hundreds of them running around beating up white people.
Yo, it's crazy because
so-called white man.
That was at the Pearl, the harbor, where those other camps. Adam Abbott and that Baltimore branches of Baltimore or something like that. Yo, they be over there teaching, man. And Jake was just going around, man, just beating up Esau, man.
Hey, Jake mad, and surely the president make the wise man mad. Hey, they mad, But we know, we not finna take up ours. We not finna participate in any of that because also we know we gotta wait upon the Lord, waiting upon the Lord. But
if you don't have the Spirit, that's what you end up doing. That's why that movie, if you don't have the Spirit, you end up going off and doing something stupid.
Yeah, right. So
verse 17.
No, that's it on that.
That's it on.
Grab that. Matter of fact, I got it right here. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 24. It says wisdom, because we on the subject of verse group chapter 3, verse 24. No, it's like verse 14. It said learn wisdom, whereas
no, 15. Select it. 15.
Right. It says, who had found her place? It's talking about wisdom, or who had come unto her treasures. So going to this Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 24. It says, wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth by. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. It is the pure. It is the breath of the Most High, and the power of the. It is the breath and the power of the Most High. It is the pure influence flowing from the Almighty. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her. She bringeth light from the everlasting, the unspotted mirror, the power of the Most High, an image of His goodness. And being but one, she can do all things and remaineth in herself. She maketh all things new, and in ages entering unto holy souls. She maketh friends of the Most High and prophets. Right? So, hey, the only ones who coming into this wisdom are the ones who do the work, the ones who are found worthy to do the work, the friends and the prophets. What's that scripture? Amos 3. Surely the Lord will do nothing but reveal His mysteries unto His servants, the prophets.
And then that even goes with what it says about the friends on that the part you just read.
It said, she maketh friends of the Most High and the prophets.
Yeah, friends. And I know it was a scripture we read earlier about wisdom. Basically, what's the word? Um, not like torture, but it was
Oh, I got it right here.
Oh, okay, kind
This is Sirach chapter 4, verse 11. It says, "Wisdom exalted her children, and laid hold of them that seek her." You know, so the ones who seeking wisdom, hey, you seek wisdom, wisdom gonna cleave unto you. It says, "He that loveth her," it's like, "He that loveth her, loveth life, and he that seeketh," it's like, "and he that seeketh unto her early shall be filled with joy. He that hold her fast shall inherit glory. And whosoever she entereth, the Lord will bless." And they, it's like verse 14, "They that serve her shall minister unto the Holy One, and he that love," it's like, "and to them that love her, the Lord doth love."
What was that word though? Like, was it? It wasn't torture. It was something else.
It's right. It's coming up. It says, "Whosoever give ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attend unto her shall he deliver." So it's like, so dwell securely. You know, so if you're doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, hey, yeah, ultimately you dwell in security. Securely, it's like, if a man committed himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold. It's like, and his generations shall hold into possession. For at first she will walk by thee will walk with thee by the crooked ways, and the fear, it's like, and bring fear and dread upon them, and torment him with her discipline.
Right. Say bring fear, dread, bring fear and dread upon them, and you said torture, torment them with the discipline, and like the brother, like me and the brother Bunny was talking about earlier. You know, that's not a bad torment.
Hey, the brother just read the Lord chasten those whom He loved. You know,
and that's speaking about wisdom, right? And I wanted to get this the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 verse 1. All wisdom cometh from the Lord Yahweh, okay, and is with Him forever. Okay, so ultimately that's the Lord Yahweh, okay, trying you, okay.
That's right.
You see, making you go through the fire, man. You know, to keep you in the spirit, man. To keep you grounded, man. Keep you humble. You know.
That's right. This is like in 16, and if a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. For first she walketh with him by the crooked ways, and bring the fear and dread upon him, and will torment her with her discipline, until she may trust his soul. So ultimately, you know, until the spirit of the Lord, you know, can trust you, you know, hey, you're gonna be tested. Get Sirach. Matter of fact, I'm right here, so that's right. This is Sirach.
About to get the try.
Yeah. Right. Well, no. You can grab that try flame if you know where it's at.
No.
I think it's like the 18th chapter.
Sirach.
Or 17. It said, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Make thy haste in the time of trouble, and cleave unto Him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at the last end." So you gotta be prepared, you know, to be tested. You know,
I've been sifted.
right?
You're being sifted. Lord sifted you.
To ultimately be tried as a gold is tried in the fire.
Kind of purging you and getting rid of all the what do you call it, like the imperfections. Yeah, all your imperfections is being cleansed. You're being cleansed, and it's important. That's why, like, I believe David had prayed about, like, you know, like, wipe me clean of my transgressions.
That's right.
You know.
But going back to this Ecclesiastes 4, and you read that right after. And trust his soul in 4:17. It says, "For she will walk with thee by the crooked way, and bring the fear and dread upon him, and torment her with his discipline until she may trust his soul, and try," because the word temptation that goes into being tested, tried, to try him by her laws. And she will return straightway unto him and comfort him. And we thought this is the comforter. This is the one that's comforting. This is how we know that's talk about the Spirit of the Lord.
Truth.
Right. Truth. Comfort him, and she showed him her secrets. And that's what going back to the Amos. So that the Lord will do nothing but reveal, the secrets unto his servants, the prophets. But I continue. It said, and then she will return straightway unto him to comfort him and show him her secrets. But if he go wrong, she will. If he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over unto his own ruin. So if the Spirit try you, the Spirit of Yahweh will try you, and hey, you just bluntly, flat out, fucking nigga, I said it like that, going off. Hey, ultimately the Most High gonna give you over to your own ruin.
That's right.
It says, verse 20, observe the opportunity and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it considered thy soul. For there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace. So that's pretty much it. Hey, wisdom gonna try you.
Okay. And I wanted to grab that scripture, but
hey, that's that. That's another lesson in itself. So we're gonna jump back to the Baruch 15. That's like 3 and 15.
Yeah. It says, "Who have found out her place?" And it's talking about wisdom. Okay. "Who have found out her place, or who have come into her treasures?"
Yeah, we just proved who had come into her treasures. The holy men, the ones that's doing the work, the ones who's been called onto the ministry. And even then, we're not 100% sure. And we pray that we be of the elect, because ultimately the elect is the ones who's gonna be delivered, the ones who gonna be that pure gold.
It says, "Where are the princes of the heathen?" Where are the princes of the heathen become, and such as ruled the beasts upon the earth?
Right. Go ahead.
They that had their pastime with the fowls of the air, and they that hoarded up silver and gold, wherein men trust, and made no end of their getting.
Right. So they're always in want. They're constantly storing up treasures. They're riches. They're whether it be the material goods, their yachts, so forth and so forth. Go ahead.
"For they that wrought in silver, and were so careful, and whose works are unsearchable,
Mm-hmm.
they are vanished and gone down to the grave, and others are come up in their steeds.
Mm-hmm.
Young men have seen light and dwelt upon the earth, but the way of the knowledge, but the way of knowledge have they not known."
Right. The way of knowledge have they not known. Because the Lord didn't give this the truth to everybody. He only gave it to a select few.
The elect.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 21, nor understood the paths thereof, nor laid hold of it. Their children were far off. So like their children were far off from that way. It have not been heard of. So like it had not been heard of in Canaan.
Yep, Canaan.
It had not been heard of in Canaan, neither have it been seen in Thaman. Right?
Yeah,
Theman. Yeah, Theman.
Go ahead. Well, it's I mean, yeah, you can go. Agarenes.
Thor. The Agarenes that seek wisdom upon earth, the merchants of Maran and of Thaman, the authors of fables and searchers out of understanding. None of these have known the way of wisdom or remember her paths.
Right, because we also know that the wisdom of this world is foolishness unto the Most High. You know, they searching out, how deep the ocean goes. They can't figure that out. You know, they searching out ways to destroy the earth. You know. Go ahead.
O Israel, how great is the house of Yahweh, and how large is the place of his possession. Great, and have none end, high, and unmeasurable.
Right. So you can't measure, the creation of Yahweh. You know, Yahweh, why Yahweh shot. You know.
So like, didn't they say like they've only discovered 5% of the ocean?
So-called 10%.
So-called 10, yeah.
But even that's being questioned because when they look at the vastness of it, like you said, they're only 5%. They're discovering things that they didn't even know existed. You know.
I mean, they can't even number. So like,
no, you're right.
They can't even number the children of Israel, man.
Right.
You know, like the scriptures say, man. So how can they?
They going off of DNA and all that goofy stuff in his bloodline, because a carnal-minded person will look at someone, and because you have dark skin or you have a light skin, they'll judge you off of that. They don't understand that it's a bloodline, regardless of what you're looking like on the outside appearance.
Right, and elders brought out, we read the book of pt2. Was it John Blumendick? The vision of colors and by the nations and so forth. They feel that white superiority, but ultimately, we know that mainly Jake, through the spirit, is being tried with these curses.
Verse 25, it says, "Great, and have none end, high and unmeasurable." That's like unmeasurable. There were the giants, famous from the beginning.
Yeah, and that, go ahead.
Right.
I'm explaining in a second.
Famous from the beginning, that were of the great that were of so great stature, and so expert in war.
Right. So when they say there were giants famous from the beginning, it's not talking about actual giants, right? Nephilim, they might have been tall and short, but they ain't talking about no Nephilim, right? Read it again.
Read it again. It says, verse 26. There were the giants famous from the beginning, that were of so great stature, and so expert in war. Right.
So expert in war, of great stature and expert in war. So whether it was height, of course we were way taller back in the ancient world, but experts of war, they were masters of their trade. Great.
And, doesn't it say Yahweh is the
tall, the high stature, right?
No, the God of war.
Oh yeah. Right.
It says those did not. So like those did not the Lord choose, neither gave he the way of knowledge unto them. But But they were destroyed because they had no wisdom and perished through their own foolishness.
So like it.
Want to read 27 again?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, come. Those did not the Lord Yahweh choose.
Right. So the Lord didn't choose them. He said, many are called, but few are chosen.
Okay.
See, even among Israel, he didn't choose all Israel. He chose Israel, but he didn't choose all Israel. This is Psalms 47 and 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dwelt so with any other nation. It's like he had not dwelt so with any other nation. As for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So he didn't give it to them for them to know. You know? But go ahead.
Read it again. It says, those did not the Lord choose, neither gave he the way of knowledge unto them, but they were destroyed because they had no wisdom and perished through their own foolishness.
Right. Go ahead.
Who have gone up into heaven and taken her and brought her down from the clouds. Mm-hmm. Who have gone over the sea and found her and will bring her for pure gold.
Which is talking about wisdom again.
Mm-hmm. No man knoweth her way, nor thinketh of her. So I can think of her path.
So and they don't consider wisdom. They don't consider the truth. You know. Go ahead.
It says, but he that knoweth all things knoweth her. And then that goes back into the Lord. I just read it. I think it was in John.
15.
I think it was in John. If I'm not mistaken. When the Lord said He revealed all things. Was it revealed all things? I think that was the Friends verse too.
Yeah, this is John chapter 15, verse 15. It said, henceforth I call you not servants, but servants know not their master. It's like the servants know not what his Lord does. But I have called you friends of all things that I have heard of my Father, and I have made known unto you.